Welcome to today's Feel Good Vinyasa practice. I will be using blocks today, but of course they're not necessary, but I do recommend them, if you have tight hamstrings like myself. We'll begin today in Child's Pose, Balasana. Bringing your big toes to touch, knees a little bit wider. And just begin to reach your arms in front of you and let your forehead rest on the earth. Situate yourself, get comfortable. Bring your palms flat on your mat, relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. And just arrive here. Soften the space around your eyes. And let's take a deep inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. 2 more just like that. Inhale, filling up through the nose. And exhale, let it go. Last one. Just soften into the shape now. Invitation to bring your elbows a little bit wider and your palms inward, kind of making a diamond shape with your arms. And I like this variation with my arms because I feel like it opens up my chest just a little bit more. Of course, you do you. Begin inhaling and exhaling through your nose. Feeling your low back widen, your belly expand with each breath in. And notice how your belly hugs in as you breathe out. Finding your own breath and paying attention to it. If Ujjayi Pranayama is in your practice, feel free to activate it now. That slight constriction in the back of your throat. Continuing to breathe in and out through your nose. Another moment here. Final breath. And now we're going to stay in this shape, but come up onto your left fingertips, and you might want to lift your bottom a little bit up and away from your heels as we come into a twist. So right palm faces up, slide your right palm beneath your left shoulder, and then rest your right ear on the mat. Breathing here. If you'd like to take this into a little bit of a bicep stretch, then feel free to put just a little bit of weight on your right arm. We'll take it to the other side. Now bring your left palm flat to the mat. come up onto your right fingertip. Slide your left palm beneath your right armpit and rest your left ear on the mat. Again, feeling free to put a little bit of weight on your left arm. Enjoying the stretch here. Another breath. All right, return your right palm back flat to the mat. Bring your left palm in front of you. Shift your weight forward, coming into your tabletop position. Fingertips spread wide. Bringing your knees beneath your hips, your wrists beneath your shoulders. Soft bend in your elbows. And then on your next breath in, come forward, drop your belly, lift your chest, coming into your cow. On your exhale, press the mat away as you round into your cat. So hug your belly in here. Tuck your chin into your chest. Inhale to come forward into your cow. And exhale. Cat. Round it out. And let's move like this. So finding your own rhythm here. Syncing it to your own breath. Feel free to close your eyes. And allow this to feel organic. So you can press back to child's pose on your exhale if that feels good. I like to draw figure 8, come into a circular like movement. Enjoy this room to explore. Let's reverse the direction of the circles if you were taking them. And now let's come back into our tabletop and let's just do a little stretch for our wrists. So flip your palms so that your fingertips are pointing towards your knees. Walk your knees forward, tuck your toes, and all we're gonna do is just bring our bottom back towards our heels as we begin to gently lift the heels of our hands off our mat. So the sensation will increase pretty fast, so be careful and mindful. Just bringing the weight back a little bit. And then coming back, and now come to the back of your left palm. And again, you're barely putting any weight here. And then bring your left palm back to the starting position. Bring your right fingertips facing forward, back of the palm to the mat. And coming back to center, and let's just sit on our heels and shake them out. Maybe roll them out. All right, now tuck your toes. Bring your hips back. We'll be in a standing forward fold at the back edge of our mat now. So bringing your feet at a hip width distance. And bring the edges of your feet parallel to the back edge of your mat. Deep bend in your knees as we come into our ragdoll. So grab a hold of opposite elbows and just let your head hang. Chin tucks to the chest. And let your belly rest on top of your thighs. Feel free to sway a little. Bob your head a little. Sigh. Take what you need. Enjoy the release in your low back. Let go of any tension in your neck. On your next breath in, find a flat back, hands to shins, lengthen, tailbone to crown of head. And exhale, soft bend in your knees as you fold back down. Let's do that 2 more times, moving with our breath. So inhale, lift up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Last time, inhale, flat back, lots of length, lots of space. And exhale, fold. And now press down into your feet and then inhale, slowly rise to stand. At the top of your inhale, bring your palms to touch overhead. And then as you exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky as you ground down through your feet. And then exhale, fold, hinging at your hip crease. Bow. Inhale as you lengthen, flat back. Exhale as you fold. Inhale as you rise. Reach it up. And then let's come right back down on our exhale. Inhale, find length, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, right back down, fold forward. Inhale to find length, flat back. And then exhale, this time what we're gonna do is bring our palms to the mat and walk forward into a high plank, so top of a push-up. Situate yourself. Option 2, keep your knees down on your mat if you'd like that extra support today. Otherwise, if you're with me, energize through your legs. Keep that micro bend in your elbows. Hug your belly in. Come back to your breath. Notice how your breath shifts as you hold this posture. Embrace the shake. Gaze down so the back of your neck stays nice and long. And hug your hip points in and up towards your face. One more deep breath in. On your deep breath out, soften your knees, untuck your toes, hug your elbows in as you lower all the way down to the mat. And now bring your palms underneath your shoulders. You might need to adjust them. Press into the tops of your feet so the kneecaps lift off your mat. And then on your inhale, find a little cobra. And exhale, release. 2 more again. Keep your legs firm. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, melt it down. 1 more. And let's come back to a quick child's pose. Take 1 nourishing breath here. And then from here, we're going to come into downward facing dog. So walk your palms forward, tuck your toes, lift your hips. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And as you enter this first downward facing dog, keep that bend into your knees. I like to walk it out on one spot, bending and straightening one leg at a time. Often I like to bring my feet as wide as the mat. So just feel into it. What do you need? Wrap your armpits around your heart space, aligning your biceps to your ears as you gaze at the space between your knees. And if your feet were a little bit wider, bring them back to a hip width distance, and on your next breath in, gaze forward. And then on your next breath out, take a walk to the front edge of your mat, coming into your standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Press down, reach it up. Big stretch here as your palms touch. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let's take an inhale as we reach our arms up to the sky. Hook your thumbs. And exhale, side bend over to the right. Firming into your core, inhale back to center. Exhale, side bend to the other side. Inhale, keep engaging your core as you reach up, palms touch. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, palms to the mat, step it back, find plank. Inhale when you get there. And then exhale, we're just gonna take it back. Downward dog. Take a breath when you get there. And let the breath out. And now inhale, come into plank. So bringing your shoulders over your wrists. And then exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, wave your body forward, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last one, inhale, nice and slow with control. Exhale, press it back, downward dog. Let's do inhale, coming forward into your plank, and then exhale, knees, chest, chin, all the way down to the floor. Inhale, coming back into that cobra. And then exhale, tuck your toes, send your hips back, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, deep breath out. On your next inhale, gaze forward. And on your next exhale, make your way to the front of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale as you rise. Reach it up, big breath. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach it up, hook your thumbs. Exhale, this time let's side bend over to the left. Inhale, feel those obliques as you come back to center. Exhale, side bend, other side. Inhale, reach it back up, palms touch. Exhale, fold. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale, palms to the mat, step it back, plank. First opportunity for a vinyasa. Inhale here. Exhale, you can lower knees, chest, chin, or you can shift forward and take chaturanga. Inhale to your back bend, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Come back to your breath. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale to the front edge of your mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, folds. Inhale to rise. Exhale, let's just come right back down. Fold. Inhale to find length halfway. Exhale, palms plant, step it back, your plank. Inhale here. Exhale, you choose how you come back to downward facing dog. And if that means skipping a vinyasa, then please listen to your body. Well, I'll meet back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And now let's take an inhale to bring our left leg up to the sky. Bend your knee to open up through your hip. So keep both shoulders squared off to the mat. And then let's draw some circles with our left knee. So bringing your left knee to the inside of your right knee and open it up. Let's do one more, just like that. Don't overthink it. Inhale to extend your left leg, three-legged. And then exhale, step your left foot in between your hands, soften your right knee down to the mat. And then inhale to find your low lunge, Anjaneyasana, sweep your arms up. belly. Now, stay firm and engaged in your core, and if it feels better for you to keep your hands at heart center, then that's a great place to be. Otherwise, reach it up, relax your shoulders, maybe you gaze up slightly. Deep breaths here. And now here from this low lunge, from this Anjaneyasana, bring your left palm to your sacrum, so wrap your left fingertips around your glutes, and then bring your right palm and send it back to the left corner of your mat, the back left corner of your mat. And if you'd like to take it a little further, then you can slide your left hand down the back of your right leg as we find this really nice stretch all the way from our right fingertips to our right hip. Keep your core firm here. Another breath in, see if you can reach a little more. And then on your breath out, bring your right palm to the mat, sweep your left arm up and back, and this is another great place to be, or if you want to take a quad stretch, bend into your right knee, find your foot, keep pressing into your right hand, and then with your left hand, gently guide your left heel towards your left glute. And if you have the quad stretch, let that go very nice and gently. Tuck your right toes, keep your right hand where it is, lift your right knee off the mat, inhale, nice twist, reaching your left arm up to the sky. Let's take another breath here. And then on your breath out, finding your runner's lunge. And if you have your blocks, then find them. Well, if you want to use your blocks. So we're in a runner's lunge, framing our left foot. Make sure your left knee is stacked over your left ankle. Gaze at the frontage of your mat so the back of your neck stays long. Take an inhale here. And then on your exhale, really slowly begin to play with extending both of your legs into a wide-legged pyramid. And that might mean your legs don't extend at all, and that's totally fine. Work with what you got, and we'll move with our breath. So inhale to come back into your low lunge, and then exhale, take it back. Inhale, runners, and exhale, extended pyramid, and you can hold. You might want to extend your knee a little bit more as you notice this space is opened up just a little, but my hamstrings are really tight, so I'm going to stay right here. Send your breath to the sensation. If you've noticed you've gone a little too far, then back off like I just did. And let's come back into the runner's lunge. I'm going to move my blocks off to the side. Frame your left foot, and then find three-legged dog, sweeping your left leg up to the sky. Bend your knee to open up your hip once again. And this is a place to hang out if you want to hang out here, or if Wild Thing is your practice, then flip your dog, bringing your left toes and ball of foot to land lightly outside of your mat, and then lift your hips, open your heart. Hang out here for a breath. And then come back into three-legged dog, just the way we started. Inhale, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to come forward into your plank, and then exhale your way back to downward facing dog. Feel free to take a child's pose. Catch your breath. On your next inhale, gaze forward. On your next exhale, step, walk, or float to the frontage of your mat and fold. All right, so from this standing forward fold, let's take a chest expansion. So interlace your fingers behind your back and make a fist. And then think about sending your knuckles back as you nuzzle your shoulder blades in towards one another, and maybe, just maybe, you bring your knuckles overhead. Just let the crown of your head be so heavy here. Gently let that bind go as you take an inhale to find your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale as you rise, stand up, reach up. Maybe you gaze up. And let's come into Samasthiti, bringing your hands to heart center, and let's just take a moment to pause. Standing up nice and tall. Connect your thumbs to your heart and feel your heart beat. Notice the energy that you've created, that we've created thus far. You can keep your hands here at heart center, or you can release them down by your sides. Notice how you feel as we ground down. Tadasana. Deep breaths. Notice how the breath feels. Can you slow your breathing down? Let's take an inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale halfway. And exhale, you're going to keep your left foot where it is, and you're going to step your right leg back and bring your left knee to your left wrist. And then slide your right leg back, coming into pigeon, Kapotasana. And then come up onto your fingertips, take an inhale here, lift your heart, hang out here if this feels good, flex your left foot. Or if you're up for it, you can begin to come forward. And just send your breath to the space in and around your right hip, your right glute. I like to bring my forehead to a block. And just melt into the shape. Keep slowing your breathing down. Notice if any sensations feel uncomfortable, if you're holding on to tension. How can you use each exhale to release that tension? To slowly let it go. Let go of any expression on your face. We'll hang out here for a few more breaths. Enjoy it. And now on your next inhale, come onto your fingertips. Lift your heart. And now plant your palms, tuck your right toes, and walk your right knee forward slightly, and then lift your right knee off of your mat. And let's come back into three-legged dog, lifting our left leg up. And I just kind of like to move my leg around to get rid of any kinks that may have formed. And we'll come back into downward facing dog. Take a breath. Reset as we prepare for the other side. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Again, keeping those shoulders square. Let's draw those circles. So bringing your right knee to the inside of your left knee and then open. One more. Inhale to extend. And exhale, step your foot in between your hands, soften your left knee down. And then inhale, Anjaneyasana. Again, option to keep your hands in prayer at heart center. Otherwise, reach them up and relax your shoulders. And no need to keep your arms stick straight here. Can you relax them? Breathe here. Lift up through your pelvic floor, so engage your lower abdomen. Energetically hug your inner thighs in. We want lots of stability in our lower body here. And now bringing your right fingertips to your glutes, right heel of your hand rests on your sacrum, and then sweep your left arm back to the back right corner of your mat, and then maybe you slide your right hand down the back of your left leg. Reaching your fingertips away from your left hip, gazing wherever feels safe for your neck. Another inhale. On your exhale, bring your left palm to your mat, reach your right fingertips up, reach them back, staying here or finding your foot and then bringing your foot towards your glute. And feeling this twist happening in your mid-back, in your thoracic spine. Breathe. Gently let go of your foot if you had it. Tuck your toes, reach your right fingertips all the way up as you lift your left knee, coming to this easy twist. Stay for a breath. And then on your breath out, frame your foot, coming into your runner's lunge. Set it up. Inhale. Exhale, coming into your extended pyramid, Utthita Parshvanottanasana. Inhale, coming back into your lunge, moving at your own pace. Exhale, take it back. Inhale to come forward, knee over ankle. Exhale, pyramid. Hold here. Notice how this side feels different than the other side. How can you adjust? Slightly bringing your right hip back as you energetically send your left hip forward. So the goal is to keep our hips square. Notice if your face is tensing. Feel free to sigh it out. And now come forward back into your runner's lunge. Plant your palms, frame your foot. And then inhale, right leg sweeps up to the sky into three-legged dog. Bend your knees, stack your hip once again. Hanging out here or flipping into your wild thing. open your heart here. Hang out for a breath. And then make your way back into three-legged dog. Set your foot down as you come back into downward facing dog. Inhale, wave your body forward into your plank, and then exhale your way back to downward facing dog. Let's take a breath. Let that breath out. Inhale, gaze forward. And exhale to the front edge of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Interlacing your fingers once again. This time, I invite you to do the opposite clasp. And then take it to your depth. Squeezing your shoulder blades together. Slowly and gently let go of that bind as you take an inhale, the halfway lift. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale, rise up to stand up. Reach it all the way up. And exhale, Samastitihi. Palms touch at Anjali Mudra at heart center once again. Reconnect. Feel all 10 toes grip your mat. Really grounding yourself in this Tadasana. In fact, let's hold ourselves. So bring your left palm on top of your heart and your right palm to your belly. Let your elbows rest down by your sides. Invitation to close your eyes if that feels good, if that feels safe. And if your eyes are closed, find an internal gaze at the space just above and behind your brows at your third eye. Feel the energy of the prana pulsing through you. Notice any buzzing or tingling sensations. Feel the rise and fall of each breath in. And each breath out as we slow it down once again. Let's take a couple more breaths here. Release your hands down by your side. Let's take an inhale to reach them up. Ardha Hastasana, palms touch. Exhale, folds. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, coming into pigeon on the other side. So step your right leg back and then step your left leg back and bring your right knee behind your right wrist. Slide your left leg back, and maybe you gaze back to make sure your toes are in line with your hips so you don't want your leg to splay out too much. Come up onto your fingertips. Inhale to find a back bend. Hanging out here or coming forward. And finding your comfortable edge. And again, just noticing how this side feels compared to the other side. I know for me, I'm a lot tighter in my left side, so I can go a little bit deeper, but please don't go too far. This isn't about flexibility, it's more so about sensation. And find your slow and steady breath. Wiggle your jaw just a little bit to let go of any tension there. Oftentimes in these deep hip openers, we have the tendency to scrunch up or tense our face or jaw. So how can we be more mindful of that? Peacefully breathing. Pay attention to your exhales. What can they provide for you? We'll hang out here for just a couple more breaths. And slowly come back up. Take your time. Come up onto your fingertips. Lift your chest. Plant your palms, tuck your right toes, walk your your left knee forward, lift your left knee, and then bring your right leg up and back into three-legged dog. When you're ready, come back into downward facing dog. Option to flow through a final vinyasa here, but I'm just gonna come back into child's pose. We'll all meet in child's pose, so. Find any other movement that your body is craving before we settle. And when you arrive in your child's pose, how can you slow your breathing down just a little bit more? How can you allow this child's pose to ground you? To contain all of this energy that we've created through all of that movement, sinking into breath. Allow it all to settle. Feel your forehead supported. Your low back release. Your belly will soften. Relax your arms. More breaths here. You can hang out in child's pose for as long as you'd like to, really, but we're going to come up for a little bit of pranayama, a little bit of breath work before we sit in seated meditation. I'm going to grab my bolster, and I encourage you to find something to sit atop of. If you don't have anything to sit atop of, that's fine. But let's bring our palms to rest face up on top of our thighs and Finding your easy seat. Sitting up nice and tall, feel your tailbone connected down to the ground. Relaxing your shoulders and really, really slightly dipping your chin so that the back of your neck is long. If it feels safe for you to do so, then close off your eyes. And I'm going to be guiding you through one of my favorite grounding breath techniques called box breath. And all that is we're going to inhale for a count of 4, hold at the top for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 4, and then suspend the breath out of the body for a count of 4. Let's blow all the breath out through the mouth. And then inhale for a count of 4. Hold at the top for a count of 4. Exhale for a count of 4. Hold the breath out for a count of 4. Inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. And hold for 4. Breathing just like that. Inhaling for 4. Holding the breath in for 4. Exhaling for 4. And then holding the breath out of your body for 4. Finding your own counts. We'll do a few more rounds. Inhaling for 4, holding for 4, exhaling for 4, and holding for 4. And when you're finished holding the breath out of your body for a count of 4, let's take a cleansing breath. So inhale all the way through your nose. Open mouth, let it go. An invitation to take Shavasana for the last few moments of class, or you can stay upright in a seated meditation with me. If you are in seated meditation, then let's bring our thumb and our index finger to touch. Back of your palms rest onto your mat and onto your thighs as we come into Jnana Mudra. And if you're with me here, come back to that internal gaze at your third eye. And just feel the after effects of that breath. Allow everything to become still as you breathe naturally in and out through your nose. Feeling the ground beneath you, holding you, supporting you, protecting you. Noticing the quality of your energy. Any shifts that may have occurred for you since you first stepped on your mat today. And allow yourself to be fully present for it. And if you're ready to seal your practice off with me, then let's bring our palms to touch at Anjali Mudra at Heart Center. Please stay here in this energy in Shavasana and seated meditation for as long as you possibly can. If you're ready to close with me, then bring your palms, keeping them together as you bring your thumbs to your third eye. And I want to thank you so much for joining me today for this feel-good flow. I hope that you enjoyed that, and I hope to see you in the next one. To you I bow. Thank you. Thank you.